Good morning and welcome to Trade Talks. I'm your host, Jill Malandrino, global markets reporter at Nasdaq. And if you're thinking of popping the big question for Valentine's Day, you need to get your finances in order before doing so. Helping us do that is Pat Seaman. She is the senior director at smartaboutmoney.org. Thank you very much for joining us at MarketSite today.
Thanks.
And how big of a problem is with financial infidelity between couples?
Right, financial infidelity, it's a big problem and getting bigger. It used to be just 1 in 3 people were committing financial infidelity against their partner. Now it's almost half. 2 out of 5 people are doing it. And that's hiding money, hiding bank accounts, hiding purchases. It can be all kinds of different ways of just being secretive about your money.
What are some of the reasons that people commit financial infidelity and why don't they come clean?
Yeah, I mean, a big part of it is they just fear like their partner's going to judge them. I mean, it's a very human kind of reaction that, you know, they're embarrassed, they're afraid, but also about 1/3 of people just think their money should be private, even though they're sharing everything, they're in a partnered relationship, but they think my money is private and you shouldn't know anything about it.
Well, what are some signs that your partner's cheating financially?
So you always worry in the regular kind of infidelity, like you'll find somebody's phone number on a piece of paper. Well, it'll be like you find a bank account number on a piece of paper, or you find, a whole account, or you find crumpled up, receipts for things that you didn't even know that they had bought. So it's still the same kind of paper trail.
Right. And how would you approach your partner, though, if you find them cheating on you with your finances?
So, you have to kind of understand, like, why are they doing it? Are they embarrassed? So you want to really approach them in a way that makes them comfortable. So, don't set it up and go out to dinner and then spring it on them. You want to set up the time and say, look, I really want to talk about our goals together financially.
And let's ask the question the opposite way. What if you have committed the infidelity? How do you come clean if you want to talk to your partner, if you just can't take the guilt anymore?
Right. Yeah. So again, it's like I have something really difficult to talk about, but I want to get this out on the open, and I want us to talk about it openly.
Well, how do you work to rebuild trust with your partner after this infidelity occurs?
It's the same as the regular infidelity. It's going to take a long time. You're going to have to be really transparent. Leave your finances open for the other person to see, and just communicate regularly, until they begin to trust you again.
Well, to wrap up, what's the best way to go into a partnership or a marriage when you have this conversation? It's not an easy conversation to have.
Yeah.
So what are some of your best tips to not even have financial infidelity occur?
Yeah, so a lot of it is just being on the same page. So it's like, let's have our goals together, because if we're working together, why would we want to hide things from each other? Mm-hmm. So that's a big part of it, is, setting the goals together.
Right. Well, we talked about this earlier before we came on set, but what if you make more money than your partner does? Should it be skewed? Okay, you put 30% in, I put 70%, and do you worry about how much you're actually expending personally?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of it is, what do you both think is fair? Mm-hmm. So, if 50-50 might be fair, but if one person's making a lot more money, then they might want to kick in more. So the other person feels like this is fair. We're putting in a proportion of what we earn.
Well, those are great tips, because when you get that ring, that's not the first thing that you think about, but these
Right.
conversations need to be had.
Right, absolutely.
Okay. Well, thank you very much, Pat, for joining us at MarketSite. Thank you for joining me. I'm Jill Malandrino, global markets reporter at Nasdaq.